You are going to have to explain that one. Good evening. I'm Rarchar Tortorella with the Patriot Sentinel. Thank you for showing. I got to get this one out. Okay. Carrie, go ahead and tell me what WAF stands for.
Nope. I offend high society.
No. This is like going back to World War II and how we describe women warriors. Okay. It was, the WAF was, what Carrie came, was it Women's Air Force? WAF? That was the acronym?
Well, I'm a Navy guy, so I don't know, bro. Is it?
Carrie,
You're stuck in a ship.
we are live. We are live. So you need to explain why I couldn't get the title out of the show. This is the Patriot Sentinel. I'm one of your hosts, Rarchar Tortorella. Welcome to the show tonight. She made me laugh, and I couldn't get it out. Carrie Rails, my co-host, and Cam. I'm not going to say your last name. I never get it right. But Carrie, what did you say before the show that got me laughing on what WAF and your definition of it today?
You'd leave it to your imagination. It's weird as you can imagine.
Just say weird AF. Everyone knows what AF stands for. It's weird AF. Like Supreme Court Justice Jackson is a WAF.
Ooh, that's good.
Jeez. I mean, she's a double WAF. We will talk about that later tonight. So I am on assignment. Carrie and Cam have the news updates for today. And we'll start with Carrie. Carrie, what's on your mind? Hey, wait. We got our first commercial sponsor. We have to go and do this. So let's go ahead and play the ad. Stand by. Okay, so that was for the Oklahoma Music Festival, and it's called, this year they're having April 25th, the Sound and Service lineup here in Oklahoma City, and it's going to be an evening of live music supporting veteran artists and community wellness. So that's the press release we got today, and that's the video we got today. The three bands I hear are dynamic artists in their own right. Obzan, Happier Days, I hope I'm getting that right, and Maine McCann and The Difference. They'll be playing at the Paseo Pad at 533 Northwest 30th Street in Oklahoma City. Sound and Service invites attendees and the public to experience a night of live music, connection, and purpose. A food truck will be on site, and exclusive Sound and Service t-shirts are available for pre-order and pickup at the event. Tickets are $20 per person, with attendance limited to the first 50 guests to create a meaningful and engaging experience. And tickets can be purchased at, I'll drop the link in the podcast today, but the proceeds from the event directly support veteran musicians and music programming through the Scythe Project, an initiative that provides mental health and wellness support through the integrative arts for veterans, families, and the broader community. And quotes from the guys putting it together: "We are so happy to partner with the OK Music Expo and the Paseo Pad to provide a platform for veteran bands and music artists." And we want you guys to buy tickets. I am going to attend myself, and I'm going to drag Carrie and Cam along too as well, and maybe do a live broadcast. So this is going to be a good thing, and we welcome them to the show. So let's get to the news headlines. Carrie, what's on your mind?
So here in Norman, it's been on our news about a school shooting in Purcell. Did you guys hear about that? Yeah, this principal
Did
was
the
able to
students
disarm
have
the student.
Well, I'm gonna say, were all the students armed at school too? They killed the intruder. That's what I want to hear. We're in Oklahoma. Everybody's got a gun. So, is that what
Right.
happened?
Yeah, well, no, the principal just acted quickly, and it looks like from outside in was able to disarm the student.
Well,
Wow.
Cam, I mean, Carrie's that
Hey,
it?
so the first thing I will say about Principal Moore, what a tackle. What a low tackle that he
Right.
came in, grabbed him and held him and then threw it. Again, Principal Moore, hero. He I think he got shot in the leg if I could recall correctly. But
Yeah, there was
yeah,
an injury. Yeah.
but if he was the only person who got hurt and saved all those kids, hey, that's awesome. And that was a past kid, a past student,
Mhm.
a former student. So you never know. You never know who's gonna decide to. Mm,
Right. Well, it gives you a little bit more assurance that you know that the principal at some level was trained to spot a problem and take it out before it
Mm-hmm.
became a problem. That it gives you a little bit more reassurance because when I was in school, there had never been a school shooting. We still had
mhm.
sharpshooting. You could bring your rifle to school, leave it in the car, and go to sharpshooting after school, you know. And nobody
Wow.
accidentally discharged their weapon. Nobody ever got shot in Norman. And to a whole generation of kids afraid to go to school out of fear of a shooting.
Mm.
And we're
You
sure,
know,
where
I
were
want to
your
see.
kids? Where were your
Um,
kids' ages in school? Did you have to deal with that?
No, we didn't. First of all, they went to a military school, and actually the school on Tinker Air Force Base when Jennifer, my oldest, was younger, and Hunter, of course, her mom's a teacher in Nevada, and it's an exclusive neighborhood with the school, and so they just don't have those issues. I'm not saying that Nevada or Oklahoma are different. I'm just surprised that is this not the first school shooting in Oklahoma for the year, Carrie?
Well, I had to look it up because that was my first question. And what Google said to me, I was shocked. I really want to vet this statistics. It's saying there's been 32, well, they just, well, they took that out of context. That's why it doesn't make sense.
What do they say?
They took it out of context of a child just shooting a gun, not a child in a school. So I don't
Right.
know.
Mm.
Well, Gloria Bannister just chimed in and says it's all about the culture, and I do believe that okay, if this is the first school shooting of the year, and we have not kept up on it, so we don't know. But I'm saying that this is the first I've heard about so far, and you said the intruder got killed, correct?
No, no, he was just disarmed. He was injured, but he was disarmed.
That's not news. That's Oklahoma. We're a 2A state. We're a Constitution carry state. I wanted to hear a
Okay, two
story
A.
where the principal or a student or a teacher or counselor just shot the shit out of this guy. Or remember, I think it happened earlier this year in a school outside the state where the students of a military academy or military type school
Yep.
um, killed the
Beat the
intruder
crap.
with their bare
Just
with their
bare
bare
hands.
hands.
What?
Yeah.
Too
Look,
many push-ups? Like, really?
well, yes. I mean, this was a story where
Crazy.
this guy broke into a school, and I'm paraphrasing this. I can get it wrong, so I don't want you guys to flame me and said I'm not. This is a story that came across the line almost about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago,
Mhm.
where a guy did break into a school, and it was a military school, maybe with the ROTC detachment, and the
Yep.
students beat the shit out of this guy, and they killed him. And so I'm just thinking that we're in Oklahoma. We're a constitutional carry state that somebody I'm surprised didn't shoot this guy and kill him on sight. But if he was subdued and the principal jumped in, that's what he was supposed to do. Good for him. Good on him. Cam, what's next? You
Exactly.
guys have to jump in. Are we done, Carrie, with
Um,
your story?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's you, Richard.
Cam, what's on your list?
On my list, the European NATO with Trump pulling out because of the Hamas and just the blockade that's going on, which I think, again, backstory on it. Trump asked NATO to come and help, and NATO said, no, we're not going to do that. So Trump said, okay, so nobody gets to go through, and now you got to buy oil from us, from the US. So I think he's playing 3D chess, then checkers compared to NATO, and NATO thought they were going to get oil from the Middle East, which there's no true trade. So right now, to me, there's big
Hmm.
international news with Trump. People are criticizing him, saying that he's taking away the energy. No, he's making the consumers that don't want to invest in NATO buy our oil at a premium. So I'm okay with that. That's okay with me. It's simple macroeconomics. Why not? What do you think, Rashard?
I think that Carrie and I talked about this offline earlier today, and I don't agree with her, but we do agree on 99% of things. But this I disagree with her. I think that you know when it comes to Iran, don't forget these guys have been killing Americans for 47 years. And I was on the receiving end of that in 95 and 96. Don't forget, we when I was stationed in Saudi Arabia, we were targeted by the first insurgents attack, the terrorist attack on the dormitories, and we lost airmen that night, and 1,000 people were injured, and only afterwards did we find out that it was linked to Iran. And for those that don't follow the news, Iran has supplied every terrorist action almost against America over the last 47 years, whether it be in Saudi Arabia, for certain in Iraq and Afghanistan. And so I am supporting the president in this action to make sure that a crazy regime like Iran will never get a nuclear weapon. And it's important to make sure that distinction is there. Oh, it's we're not talking about the Philippines, a couple bombs here and there at the officers club. It's not the same thing, man. They have a worldwide network of terrorists, and if they ever got their hands on a nuclear weapon, they've already demonstrated in the last 47 years they are willing to kill Americans. So go back to the Straits of Hormuz, okay? With the victor, and he's asked the Iranians to come to the table. This was a just act, and many Americans support it. I'm not going to say when the tipping point is going to occur that Americans say, "Hey, this is getting out of hand." So I'm going to say, don't be a panicking. But the Straits of Hormuz, I think we need to take control, all right, and to ensure that the free market. Yeah, don't laugh, Carrie. Carrie's gonna say when I say free market on a military operation like this, okay, that it continues to flow out, and we're trying to minimize the supply of oil to the world. I hear some European countries, and Carrie, it looks like your camera is all froze up.
Can you hear
So
me?
We hear
just
you.
to let you know,
Nope, no camera. There we go.
There you
Did
go.
that fix it?
yeah, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
How weird. I don't know.
Well,
She was taking a
are you
selfie.
still with us?
There we go.
Yeah, she's there. She's there.
Hey,
Aw.
either
They're
get up close to
scary.
your phone or
I'm
speak up
here.
louder so people can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so Cam, that's just my opinion, and if we have to send, we have to have military actions to protect, and we do. I mean, Trump's tweets should be a deterrent to Iran, but I think the government is just too stupid to understand that they are beaten, and it's time for them to come to the table and negotiate. And as an American and as a retired combat vet, and Cam, you are the same. The last thing that we want to do is go to war. We don't want to go to war. We don't have to, but we have to make sure that the world is free of terrorists and terrorist-like nations and rogue nations, especially ones who have demonstrated the ability to kill Americans. Carrie, I know you disagree with some of that, and it's okay.
No,
This show here, no
99% of
one
it I
has to
agree with.
agree.
I just don't agree with the concept of you won't open it, so I'm going to pretend like I closed it and then draw down on China, because that's really what's happening. You want to come in and get your oil or get shot. You're going to pay me. And so now we're going to war with China. And that's dumb. We don't want to do that. This is ridiculous. We went over there to prevent nuclear war, not secure 20% of the world's oil. But that's what's happening. The uranium, which is we've already gotten taken care of. If you listen to Trump, he talked about how it exploded everywhere and it's so far gone.
Hey,
We've
Carrie,
disarmed the
your
nukes.
audio.
There's no
Hey,
concern.
your audio is low and you froze up again. And folks, she lives out in East Norman where I used to live. And it is truly a wonderful area to call home, but it is the sticks. And sometimes when you live in the sticks, there you are again. And
Okay, you got me back.
she has wonderful Wi-Fi. I think it's OEC, and they
It
have
is.
the best service out in East Norman. But you, I don't know, maybe you need a better router. But your volume's down. You're gonna have to either speak up louder, pretend you're yelling at somebody.
How about now? Is that
Yeah,
better?
Rashard. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretend I'm
Not
yelling at
me.
Rashard.
Let
Oh,
me tell you something.
I'm a nice guy. You don't have to yell at me.
Yell at him. Yell at him.
Do it. Do it.
No, no, no. Okay, our good friend Adam Moto. Alex Jones is
Hey.
an American hero and patriot. Don't post about genocide or say Allah Akbar. Lindsey Graham. Okay, he's Moto is pretty smart. I got for a lot of people out there who don't understand Moto, I understand you, bro. I know exactly where you're coming from. But he says Lindsey Graham is a deep state neocon fairy and not MAGA. Period.
All
Well,
right.
hey Adam. He's never come out of the closet yet, so I don't know about the fairy thing, but we do know a couple guys here in Oklahoma who have come out of the closet. So Cam,
That's when you say
Well,
WAF,
I'm
Rashard.
not pointing you out, bro.
It's WAF.
What's
Not the
that?
closet.
Yeah, Adam, that's whack, man. It's whack as I
Wow.
really want to say it. Gloria Bannister says, Carrie, get a Starlink. Yes.
Right.
Another ad from Elon Musk that the Starlink is $35 a month, and any American living in East Norman can afford the setup fee. So if you need
Easy.
better
I
internet out
just
there,
really don't want to buy anything from a South African that came here and
he
tried
is
to
an
pretend to be a
American
friendly.
now. He's an
No,
American.
no, he bought
He
an
is from
American
South
fast pass.
Africa.
He is bought the American fast pass because he's the wealthiest man in the world. He did not wait in line like every other person trying to get here. He bought
Hey,
the
your
American
volume is off.
rich man
Can
fast
you
pass.
can you turn your mic up, sweetie? Turn your mic up. We can't hear
It's
you.
as loud as
Uh,
it gets. It's as loud as it gets.
hey, I
Well,
will say that Starlink though, that internet though, like
that's some legit shit, So Starlink is what um, some Iranians had access to, during the crackdown, and some of the things that we would have never learned that happened in Iran, we did from a few hundred, maybe a few thousand who had access to Starlink. So say what you say about the South African who is now an American citizen, he has done the world good by giving this away for free. So go Elon,
For free, I
pish
thought it was
posh.
$35 a month.
No,
Which
but
one
you're
is
not an
it?
Iranian. You're not fighting for your life. All you're doing, you're fighting mosquitoes and snakes where you live at.
So who gets it for free?
The Iranian protesters who are dying in the streets in Iran a couple months ago.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What
Carrie,
is
you
that
froze
going to
up
do?
again and your face is all. What?
I'm just floored with what you
She's
just
shocked,
said. Like
bro.
that's
She's shocked.
normal. Yeah, he's an American, but he gave it to Iranians because they said they're in need. This is like the homeless in San Francisco. You just make a phone call and you get $1,000 credit card. Shouldn't the money
Oh,
be going back to America if he's an American?
I think we're having a sound issue with you again. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Let's just
We're
ask. Is
muted
sound
Carrie,
good? No, no.
Carrie needs a Starlink donation.
again.
support.
Gloria, if you're still listening with us, can you tell us? Can you hear Kari? Usually, I hear all her BS, but for some reason, it's not loud tonight. All right, so I believe he's given it to Africans. Okay, Gloria says, okay, she didn't answer my question. Probably didn't see it yet. But Gloria says, I believe he's given Starlink to the Africans as well, who are who are genocide right now. So there you go. So 2 against 1. I don't know what you're thinking about,
But I still have to pay for it. If you're an American,
Yes.
you got to pay for it.
Hey,
That's
your
because I'm
sound is
American.
not coming in clear according to Gloria Bannister. So are you on your
I'm
iPhone
American.
or what are you doing?
I'm on my MacBook.
Oh, she's saying, dude, that's me. You're the one delayed as well. I'm watching you in real time. We have Starlink. We have phones. But we have OEC fiber, which is the best in the States. Anyways, did I answer your question, Cam? Are we good?
Yes, yes. That Carrie
Hey,
needs
I'm going to
better
go.
internet. Got it.
Well, I'm going to go to the snakes where you live at.
So who gets it for free?
Oh, the sound. Hey, Gloria, we love you, but the sound sounds great.
Carrie sounds
And
good.
Cam, your commander in chief says, I can hear Carrie just fine.
Oh, you're her.
Your wife. Dude, your wife. She's sink home, or for those non-military things, she's commander in chief of the house. Look at him, look at him smile. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
That's my girl right there. Mm.
Shaboo.
Oh, right. So some national headlines, since I'm going to be in D.C. next week or the week after, most likely. But here's what's happening. So House Democrats have filed 6 articles of impeachment against Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, accusing him of high crimes and misdemeanors related to the unauthorized military actions in Iran, the mishandling of classified information on private apps, and civilian casualties. I think the Democrats have nothing else to campaign on, nothing else to contribute to making all American lives better than to go and do impeachments. I guess, look, this impeachment's going to go nowhere. It's going to fail out of the House, and it's not going to go anywhere in the Senate. And I wonder if Democrats who are watching this or watch the replay, are you guys getting sick and tired of your party resulting in just going down to the lowest elements of political? I don't know what would you call it, Carrie? What would you call it? Political stupidness. If all you guys have is I want to impeach, I want to impeach, I want to impeach, he's doing what he's supposed to do. I mean, Cam, you think there's any merit besides the Democrats have nothing else better to do than to, and they're accusing him of high crimes and misdemeanors?
No, what they're complaining that in the military service we got back to having people who are fit and not obese. We're back about caring about our nation instead of, caring about how to find a litter because someone identifies as a cat. Like this guy brought back our military to what it was before. I'm glad that finally we have standards. Finally, we have people who will take the job serious, and we're not the laughing stock of the world. So I'll be honest with you. Come on, like this guy's doing his job compared to who genocide, compared to what Obama did.
Which was
Like
nothing.
compared to what? Yeah,
Okay,
like
there's
like
no
what has
comparison. You're
he done?
right,
Like these guys are
Carrie.
just stupid.
No, just say it. Look, not all the Democrats are stupid. It's I would say, look, I would say the games that their leadership is playing is stupid. All right, there's no reason to go impeach. I think he had every authorization to do what he was doing. Now, Kerry, one of the articles is mishandling classified information through the use of the Signal app, and you know, I would not use Signal app in the military, but the information on there was not classified. It was just back and forth information between those that were part of the decision making process. But but again, the Democrats don't understand. Now, I read all that, and I read what the president said about that, and what the DOJ said about that, and I do believe that SecWar was correct, but he wasn't using the Signal app to share sensitive details regarding those military operations in Yemen. But for the most part, I just don't think that he should have used any app. You know, it's easy to pick up a secured telephone, or we have Cam. Do we still use SIPRNet in the government, secured internet?
Yeah, everything has now a hardcore VPN where you can't even,
So,
where it's
so
practically, yeah.
So I'm just saying, I like Pete. I liked him on Fox. I love him as defensive, as Sec War. But Kerry, I don't think he should have used an app when he can pick up a secure phone and conference in people. And I'm pretty sure that his cell phone has high grade security encryption that he can have these classified, maybe not super classified, but at least confidential conversations with everybody in his chain. What do you think? Signal app or no?
I think no to Signal app, but I also think that we are sophisticated enough to take his phone and know exactly what he did with that Signal app. And so there is no question. If they forensically want to know what he did with that app, it could be found out. This is just another quarter in the corner, as you always hear me say. So you don't look at Iran. You don't look at the fact we won't pay TSA. You don't look at the ugly. Look at this. Oh, this. You're wasting our time. Let's move on. Get TSA paid. Get all of our government employees paid, and move on. But there's a lack of unity, not just between Democrats and Republicans refusing to work together. We heard it again over and over today at the Capitol that our own Republican Party is so divided that no bills can get passed and through. It's just, it is ridiculous that unity in general is gone as an American. And it's turned into this mass system of killing millions to make billions. And as long as you're making the millions, who cares about the billions? And it transacts all the way from the lobbyist hands to the legislative hands, and that's what matters. It is not what do my constituents need, what do Oklahomans need, what do Americans need. Just like, okay, the uranium's gone, they're no longer building nukes, why are we still there? Because we really went there for the oil. That's
All
why.
right, let me ask you again, just to clarify. No Signal app or yes Signal app?
No, but I think this is, again, like I said, this is insignificant. This is, if the government wanted to know what he used it for, they would know.
Okay. So the other article, impeachment on personnel policies regarding forcing transgender service members out of the military. Cam, I was on Tinker. Actually,
Hmm.
I go out there quite frequently now, but after COVID, I decided to hit out there like in 2022, 23, and I saw a dude with a full on beard and uniform. Then I saw another dude who was trying to grow his hair out, and I called him in my head the American Taliban. And standards have changed, obviously, and have devolved into the British service, the British Air Force, or the Australian Air Force, where I can have hair on my face all I want. But let's go to the transgender service members. Um, you know, when we were in the military, gender dysphoria was a disqualification, and so was
Hmm.
asthma. Okay, that was they write your paper and you're out of the military. But Obama changed that. Biden allowed it to happen. And I just don't think it was a good idea to allow people, and I'm not saying that they're all like this, but transgenderism or gender dysphoria is a mental illness. It is no different than crazy waff ex girlfriend or boyfriend. So do you think that um, that that he was right in forcing out transgender service members? And this is not to impugn that they didn't do their work. I'm just saying is that the military wasn't a place for them. They may love their country, but we do have standards, and like I said, you can be discharged or barred from service for flat feet and asthma. Your thoughts?
So, whenever I think about people who have signed, on the bottom line saying that, hey, I volunteer for service, again, admirable, thank you for your service type deal. it takes a lot of sacrifice, not just from the individual, but also from the family members. So first part, again, they have my pure and full respect. Now, in regards to transgenders and all that, I'm looking at it more from the infection rate. If we deploy people who are, let's say, taking hormones or have had the sex change, uh, process or procedures, and then they're in the battlefield, like say in the woods, and they get an
Mm-hmm.
infection. It's a liability for the surface because you compromise not just yourself but your teammates. So to me, not just the mental health, but the health part of that individual has to be addressed. So to me, the care, the health, and also their validity of what they've done is gonna impact them in the future. So I think again, I don't think this is a bad move. I think we need to bring back standards and take care of these guys after the service.
You know, Cam, I agree with you. I just think that, and we work with veterans, all right? And anything that's service connected, the VA has to take care of you for the rest of your life. And so I want to know how much more the VA has to do for folks who were in the military, who came in as transgender and left the military service and now are being treated by the Veterans Administration for ongoing hormonal treatments or wound care. And I say wound care loosely, but you know what I'm talking about, Carrie. You know, the wound that they will always have to carry with them, and it's not the scar of being kicked out of the military. I'm just saying is that if you cut your junk off, it's not going to work like a regular girl. You know, you have to wear, and I can say it right. You have to wear a dildo for the rest of your life because if not, it's going to close like an earring. So, I mean, look,
Cam,
do we?
he's scarred for life.
I was trying to avoid that, but okay.
It's true. Look, it's true.
Mm.
All right. It doesn't work the same way. Okay. If that's not the definition, of true gender dysphoria, I don't know what is. But let's go on to the last segment. Um, Carrie's favorite app, Timu. Okay. So how
Oh.
much have you actually bought off Timu?
Mm.
Maybe a
Have
hundred
you?
dollars. It was all crap. I got some plastic racks and it was very crappy.
So Cam, have you purchased anything off Timu?
Oh, bro, tons of stuff. Tons of stuff.
Was
Yeah,
it
Okay.
worth
but
anything or did
again,
it come like crappy? Like this is
oh,
definitely
oh
I'm
man,
just
cheaper.
we got pens just to check out, like to see, 100 pens for $1, and we looked at it just to see if it was gonna work. And these pens are just falling apart in your hand. The quality is what you pay for.
okay.
We
Okay.
bought a chair, and the chair was about this size.
We all know that Timu has like cheap shit from China, right? It's not quality, it's stuff here. Would you guys be offended if I said that Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson is a Timu version of a real Supreme Court justice? You know what I'm talking about? This lady here has got to be the most stupidest and ignorant justice I've heard in a long time. The shit that comes out of her mouth makes absolutely no sense at all. Okay. And every time she talks, every time she speaks from the bench, Clarence Thomas is right shaking his head like, I got to get out of here and grab a cigarette because she is waff. Right, Carrie?
Yeah, I'm
She's
gonna have to
whack
trademark
AF.
that.
What's that?
I'm gonna have to
Look, if you
trademark
start,
that.
hey, if you make T-shirts and start wearing pins, I'm gonna be laughing the shit out of you. I'll buy a couple, but I'll be laughing. But look, so she has lost every argument so far and has been on the minority side of every decision. But she's saying that the conservative members, the conservative justices, are oblivious to the fact that they're doing everything for Trump. And what she doesn't understand is that, this all started during Trump's second administration when these district judges would put nationwide injunctions on whatever he was trying to do. And so they were impeding on his authority, Carrie. And so Justice Jackson is out there, and instead of being a justice, which is, I think, is the highest calling for if you're in the legal world, to sit on a bench, and you should take the high road, but she doesn't. I've got something written here that when you accuse your peers of being oblivious to the overreaching of Donald Trump, you are doing the nation a disservice. And when she's talking about those district judges that do nationwide injunctions, she's not even questioning that. So, Cam, the majority of the Supreme Courts have always backed Trump when these rogue judges at the low level try to derail and usurp his authority. Do you think they're doing it because they're conservatives, or they're just following the law? We're not here, they're not there to interpret the law. They're just there to enforce the law. If they want to change something, they should go back to Congress. Right or wrong?
Hmm. No, it's right. Yeah, you're completely right. When you are an elected official or you're appointed official, you should be doing your job. Meaning, if this lady is taking just sides or presidents or against presidents or this instead of just really articulating the argument from a law side, that's where you lose me. She's not following proper protocol. She's overreaching, and her opinions suck. I'll be honest with you. I hope some of these guys teach her how to be a Supreme Court justice, because so far I'm disappointed with that appointment. You know.
And who appointed her, Carrie?
Yeah, I have no idea.
The guy who can't go up the stairs, bro. Come on.
Okay, man, this is an example of a highly educated individual who's disengaged from national politics. Biden appointed her.
That's what I would know. I'm not a Democrat.
She didn't watch him at all.
Good
For the 4 years,
morning.
he said, "Turn
Hello.
off."
Nice of you to be here with us today.
No,
He
I'm
turned
over
off
here
her
with these
TV.
donations that the Islamic PAC donated to our federal House reps and senators. Like Stephanie Bice, $230,000. Tom Cole,
Wait.
$1.1 million.
Oh, did we change topics so quickly?
The Israeli PAC.
Hmm.
Oh,
Kevin
I thought it
Hearn,
was.
$204,000. Josh Breacham, $49,000. Frank Lucas, $19,000. James
Wait,
Langford,
is this from Israel or from?
$880,000.
Is this from Israel or Muslims?
Israel.
Who?
Israel. They're
Well, hey.
basically lobbying them to keep funding the war effort.
Well, they're our allies. They're the most Christian-like nation in the Middle East.
I know they're paying our legislators for our sons and daughters to be murdered for oil. We've already got the uranium taken care of. Go home.
I think murder is a high bar. I don't think it's murder.
Yes, they're absolutely murdering them over there.
Hey, your video locked up again.
We
should start a petition.
Rarchar,
We should have a
stop it.
petition. A petition
Stop
for
it, Rarchar.
Starlink in East Norman.
You're
There you
doing
go.
it.
I'm not.
You're
Hey,
such a
Melinda says that we're breaking up. All three of us are breaking up, but I know you're frozen because you have that look. You might have to.
She looks like the Undertaker.
I don't know.
That's right.
Okay, we're gonna have to find. Hey, we're gonna have to
There she
reach out to Starlink and see if they can sponsor the show. I want
Hey!
free
This
internet
is
here.
a lot of money.
Free internet. Free
Hey,
internet.
Melinda, are you still listening? How's the sound now? We're close to finishing, but do we sound okay? Well, anyway, so say it louder for those in the back, Carrie. I don't know what she didn't say because I couldn't hear her. So what did you say, Carrie, the last 30 seconds of your whatever it was?
Oh, this Israeli PAC I was reading off the amount of money they are enticing our legislators to keep funding the war effort.
Hmm.
Did
I
everyone
would
hear
say,
it?
look,
And why? Tom
look,
Cole got the most. I would be jealous if I was the rest. He got $1.191 million just this year from them.
look. I kid about Israel, but everyone lobbies every member of Congress. This is the way it is, and they get
I know,
money
but
from
when
both
you lobby for
sides.
war, that means you're lobbying to risk
But
our
you're
family
assuming they're
members'
lobbying for
lives.
war. The only way to find out for sure is actually talking to Cole. And I know you have a great, wonderful relationship with old boy. Ask him. Did
No,
you
it's
send our
the rule.
boys?
You eat the steak, you take the money, you vote your conscience.
Look, I can take the money and vote my district. How about that? So there is a
That's
difference.
the
And so
rule.
I don't think we can impugn their integrity by assuming that
That's
they're
a
taking
lot of
money from
money.
Israel. Assuming that they're taking money from Israel just to keep
Can you
the, the,
imagine
the
if that
conflict
showed up
going.
in my account? Arvest would want to know what I was doing with it.
But you're not a politician.
Right? But that money went into a bank account that is a
They don't.
politician
No, no
nonprofit
one
owned
cares
bank
about the
account.
money where it came from, as long as you report it on your ethics, and you can look. They come
A
back.
lot of people
Cole comes
care.
back. Stop and ask Cole. I would ask Cole, is he pushing the war because Israel is paying him? Just ask him. He would answer yes or no.
Yeah. He's over
He would probably
appropriations.
say
Yeah, I was
no.
gonna say he's a chair.
Yeah.
He's a chair. When you have senior leadership and title and status, you get better donations compared to somebody who's starting from the bottom. So
Well, he's
he is a
over
senior.
appropriations, so he would be
He's a
appropriating that
chair of
effort.
appropriations, and so he did work his
Yes.
way into it. He earned that position, and so. But look, that's how it works. This is our American way of politics. So
That's
donations
why
are
you
the
have to watch the money and where it comes from.
well
That's how you know who you're
maybe
voting for, not because they have a commercial on TV and say they're the most conservative.
yeah. I don't think you ever hear Tom Cole have a commercial like that ever. So
Oh,
that would
yes,
never
there's
happen.
one person on that list that already is.
Who
Kevin
who?
Hearn. Kevin Hearn.
Oh. Look, we don't know. Look, I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that
Trump
you
says
just
I'm the
can't
best,
assume.
most
You just can't
conservative.
assume they're taking money from Israel to keep the fight going. That's unless you ask, and
You know that's what they're being
that's an
paid
assumption.
for. What do you
No,
think they're
that's what you
lobbying
think it
for,
is.
Rashar?
No, look, I'm
Are they
not. I mean,
lobbying us for
contrary.
oil?
No, listen, you don't know for sure. That's all I'm saying. We don't know for sure if they are receiving that money to keep the war going. I would hope that any elected official would want to see the war end as quickly as possible. Okay, that's what their job is to end the war as quickly as possible. Now, I do believe on that list, have any Democrats taken money from Israel?
Yeah, this is the number one PAC that donates to both sides equally. All sides
Mm.
take their money.
If I had
That should
stayed in
tell you
politics a
something.
little while longer, you'd see on my ethics report donations from AgPack. Hey, we're wrapping up. This is probably one of the longest times we've gone through here, but we'll start ladies first. Any last words, Carrie Rails?
Thank you guys for listening. If you would like to advertise, we are taking people. So get a hold of Rashar, send us your stuff. We would love to promote and advertise your small business.
Absolutely. Cam?
Ooh, should I end with a darker side or a lighter side? Which one do you guys want?
Whatever you, it's your last
Okay.
words.
So last words. I as a person is where I'm trying to figure out how to move on from, figuring out what's going on with the Epstein files and everybody thinking that nothing happened, and then with the P. Diddy trial and finding that there is human trafficking and all that, and then I have to feel like I'm okay in this world. I, as a father, need to figure out to make sure I secure my family together. That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
working through right now. Trying to figure out why are these people not being hung in front of our Capitol because this is ridiculous. Anyways, that's
Well,
what I'm
Wow.
thinking. My last
look it
words.
up, Rashar. The majority of pedophiles live in the 1% of the wealth. So that's why. There's your answer.
Well, I don't know. That was an answer. It sounded more like a statement to me. But
That's it.
I want to
That's
thank
the answer to
everyone
his
for
question.
listening tonight. And as always, we are fair and balanced. To steal a line from Fox News, and but we are. Look, we have controversial comments and topics, but we are
We
fair
don't
and
drink the
balanced, and
Kool-Aid.
and we respect everyone's right to live their life the way they want to live their life. And if we don't have these conversations, then we just, people just boil up, and look, we will always have open and free dialogue. But I want to thank Sound and Service. I want to thank the Oklahoma Music Expo, and to remind people that their lineup, their event is April 25th in Oklahoma City from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Paseo Pad, and three bands. Abzan, I hope I'm saying that right, Moto, Happier Days, and Maine McCann in the Difference. 533 Northwest 30th Street in Oklahoma City. We'll post a link. It's tickets are $20 per person, with attendance limited to the first 50 guests, or only 50 guests, to create, as they say, a meaningful and engaging experience. And you are supporting veteran music bands. So I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight. And before we sign off, we'll just play this commercial one last time. Is it playing? There it goes. Guys, it's always been a pleasure with you. We keep things lively.
Starlink, call us. Call us, Starlink. Carrie needs the internet.
Saturday, April 25th. We'll drop the links in the comments tonight. Get your tickets today. I'm going to be there, Cam. I hope you'll be there too as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to you guys later.
Adios.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.